Hi, and welcome to our presentation titled From On-Site to Virtual, Transition of the Gear Up for Ag program to address current and future outreach needs. My name is Dr. Stefan Mandic-Rajcevic, and I'm the Director of Digital Learning and Innovation at Ag Health and Safety Alliance. I will tell you something about our organization and what we do, how our Gear Up for Ag program used to work, and how we digitally transformed it from on-site to virtual in several phases, how we deal with student engagement in this new setting, and I will finish with some challenges and conclusions. First, let me tell you something about our organization. Ag Health and Safety Alliance is an international non-profit organization registered in US and Canada. We focus on teaching health and safety to the next generation of agriculture. Our programs are tailored to our audience. We strive to be creative, fun, and provide our students with exciting ways to engage. Here is our team: Carolyn, the founder and president, David, Jenna, Christina, Yvonne, Alex, and Ingrid. And that's me, of course. Let's take a look at the Gear Up for Ag program. The Gear Up for Ag is our trademark program, which is designed to be delivered on-site. Usually, groups of 30 to 50 and as many as 100 students participate in our activities, which last the whole day. The program is highly interactive and engaging. Students are invited to actively participate. This includes putting on personal protective equipment and trying different activities which demonstrate agricultural hazards and ways they can protect themselves. Our team usually brings a lot of printed materials and personal protective equipment, which is given to the students. There are usually more than 15 topics related to ag health and safety covered by our on-site course. Topics are subject to modification depending on the specific college's needs and students' interest. The program usually covers agricultural exposures and hazards, prevention strategies, personal protective equipment, machinery and ATV safety, eye safety, hearing protection, respiratory health and protection, livestock safety and zoonoses, and many more topics. Since last year, we even covered COVID-19. Now I will show you how our on-site course was digitally transformed. The digital transformation was done in several phases by the whole Ag Health and Safety Alliance team. The process had to be done quickly, and we needed to adapt to feedback. After each live session, we discussed how the course was done, honestly analyzed our own performance, and identified places for improvement. We focused on the ease of access for our students, the time we get to spend working together, interactivity and student engagement, as well as the availability of materials and personal protective equipment. In the first phase, the course was delivered in a webinar-like environment. As always, we conducted a pre-training survey to identify the current attitudes, knowledge, and study needs of our students. The results of the survey I used to adapt our training materials and put more emphasis on the topics of higher interest. Also, the responses were used as discussion points during the live session. Then, during the online presentation or the live session, we presented the materials and tried to engage the students. Sometimes the students were very active, participated in activities, and discussed various health and safety topics. More importantly, we invite the students to share their own experience in agriculture, health, and safety, and try to draw lessons from their stories. The main advantages of our first results were that we managed to do the training even in the conditions of a lockdown. On-site training wasn't possible, so this was a great alternative. Materials were presented in an interesting way. Students were encouraged to participate through voice, video, and chat box. Nevertheless, we quickly understood that even 4 hours were too little for so many topics when done online. The materials were presented but were not available to students, and the course was not hands-on. In the second iteration, we created a whole online learning environment, our learning platform. The learning materials were gathered into topics which included videos, images, text, and downloadable content such as worksheets. Students were invited to register before the live session. We provided them with instructions and support in case they had any problems accessing the platform. They would enroll in the course which was made specifically for their college. This provided them with a personalized experience. We also invited them to update their profile on our platform, allowing for more personalization. The live session went on as usual. The materials were presented during the session, but the students were invited to take a second look at the materials at their own convenience on our online learning platform. Also, the platform included additional materials which could not be presented during the live session due to the lack of time. The materials remained available to the students. The good thing about this approach was that the students were engaged even before the live session. They needed to register, join one of the discussions of the forum, or do any other activities we asked them to do. The materials were available in a repository which included everything which was presented and much more. An additional advantage was that the materials remained available to students even after the course. The platform is also able to track students' progress and give us valuable insight regarding their use of the platform. Still, this was just a repository of materials, and it was quite large, which was discouraging to the students. There were no clear learning outcomes for the students, and most students registered, but just browsed the content without doing all the activities which was provided for them. This brings us to our third iteration or phase. In this phase, we organize the content better and group together all the similar content to form lessons. The course changed visually also, with cues about students' progress and what they needed to do next. Given the number of topics we covered, we updated the format of the course to make access to specific topics of interest even easier. Each topic had a progress bar showing the students their progress, overall and concerning the specific topic. Completion tracking was provided for students in several ways. In this phase, we could finally offer a full online course experience with a clear path for the students to follow. The course became easy to navigate, and the students would know what to do even without the live session. The visual cues were in place to direct the students toward the next action. More students were engaging, but not most students. Many still just joined and browsed the course without completing it. So, what could we do to increase students' motivation? Gamification is considered as design that places the emphasis on human motivation, the craft of deriving the fun and engaging elements found in games and applying them to real-world problems in business and education. I must underline here that gamification does not mean creating a game out of our course. It means using game elements to increase students' interest and motivation, to push them towards doing more activities and finishing the course. We analyzed our course using the Octalysis framework, which is a popular framework proposed by Yu-Kai Chao, a gamification expert. In one of the classifications, the top motivators in the Octalysis framework are considered white hat, as they promote the players feeling good about doing something, such as finishing an activity or the whole course. Most common motivators are epic meaning, accomplishment, and ownership. For the time being, we avoided using so-called black hat motivators, which would make the students feel bad about not doing something or losing something. For example, we could have limited the time they can access the course, or have them lose access in case at least part of the course is not completed. We didn't want to do that. Epic meaning was promoted through the importance of agriculture for the world, the importance of health and safety for each one of them. Epic meaning makes the students feel they are doing something important and should motivate them to do it. Accomplishment was promoted through visual cues and completion tracking, which was rewarded by a certificate of completion. The students can clearly see they're progressing on their path to better understand ag health and safety. Ownership was promoted through various goodies, such as Gear Up for Ag bag for personal protective equipment, which was offered to students if they do specific parts of the course or complete the whole course. We are still working on empowering students' creativity and tapping into social influence. As an example of social influence, we reach out to those who go the extra mile to complete the whole course. They are the ag health and safety rock stars for us, and we connect with them and promote them on LinkedIn. We believe they will be the leaders for agriculture in the future. In addition, we believe their friends and colleagues might become more interested if they see their peers getting a certificate and public praise. Now let's see what our challenges are and have some conclusions. In a very short time, we managed to digitally transform our on-site course into a virtual one. Several iterations were necessary, and probably many more are to come. Hands-on experience remains limited, but can be done even in a virtual environment. Students did try on and practice the use of personal protective equipment, even in the virtual environment. But their activities depend a lot on college instructors. In fact, the motivation of college instructors is also important, and they represent key players in our training. COVID-19 pushed us to create a working alternative to our on-site Gear Up for Ag program. The main challenges remain those which are connected with in-person training, interactivity, and engagement. We are still working on ways to improve these aspects of our course. After the pandemic, the online course will remain an important learning companion for our on-site training, but will also be ready as a standalone course for many colleges where we cannot be in person. This will increase the outreach of our Ag Health and Safety program. I would like to thank our partners and our team who continuously make our work possible. And thank you all for your kind attention.